An increasing number of cities and states are adopting regulations for the sale and planting of bamboo. Certain types of the popular plant can quickly spread to neighboring properties, but as Barbara Brozier reports, there's nothing to stop Hoosiers from planting the invasive species most commonly found here.
Brandy Host lives in the middle of Bloomington.
That's Laverne. She's the last of the living chickens.
But you'd never know once you step into her backyard.
Birds really like it. There are a lot of birds.
Her property is lined with bamboo, a natural fence that she enjoys because of the privacy it provides.
I think it's a really good sound insulator too. I don't hear anybody back here. It's mostly residential.
But when she bought the house a few years ago, Host had no idea the maintenance this yard would require.
The previous homeowner's wife said to me at the closing, asked me if I owned a truck, and I said I didn't, and she giggled. She was like, well, good luck, you know, and because she knew.
She has to clear a large portion of the bamboo once a year, and it takes 2 truckloads to haul it away.
Stopping it is next to impossible without major excavation work, and so what I'm trying to do is just maintain and control it more than anything.
It's not easy. Just ask Dave Seastrom.
As soon as I got it in the ground, I started realizing what a tremendously invasive plant this is.
He planted this patch of bamboo on his secluded Unionville property about 20 years ago. Seastrom likes that the shoots provide shelter for wildlife and also dries them out to use for various projects. But keeping the bamboo patch from overtaking the yard is a lot of work.
So here's the trench, and it's full of leaves right now.
In addition to digging the trench, he put a plastic barrier in the ground to keep the bamboo from spreading.
As long as I'm here, I think this is contained, but I'm very concerned about the reality that one day I won't be here. And it would be tremendously irresponsible if this bamboo got loose in the forest.
This is the type of bamboo that's most common in Indiana. It's called yellow groove bamboo. And what makes it so tricky is it's a running bamboo. I'm going to show you what that means. If we take a look down here, there's been a trench dug so you can see these rhizomes, essentially roots, and they spread horizontally. That means a fence, which might protect your yard from other plants, will not protect bamboo from sprouting up over here.
You're not planting it in your yard, you're planting it in the county because it will not stop at your boundary. It will head onto your neighbors and onto their neighbors. It's very difficult to keep it from moving and keep it in one place.
Yellow groove bamboo is actually an invasive species. Its ability to spread can lead to disputes between neighbors and even cause property damage. So some other states and cities have adopted regulations for bamboo planting. There aren't any in Indiana, but the state's Natural Resources Commission did preliminarily adopt a measure earlier this year that would make it illegal to sell, transport, or distribute more than 40 invasive plants in the state.
While bamboo isn't on it, I think that in the future we're going to be looking at evaluating it and seeing if we can add that to the highly invasive list for Indiana.
As Host looks at the bamboo she struggles to contain, she stops short of saying it needs to be regulated.
I'm afraid to say that it needs to be governed, but come with a warning label maybe.
And Seastrom supposes rules dictating what people can grow on their own property are unlikely to gain traction in a more conservative state like Indiana. But his battle with bamboo may soon be coming to an end.
My wife has been bugging me to take the leap and eradicate this patch. So that's probably next on the agenda.
Just how much work that will take is something he tries not to think about. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Barbara Brozier.